I see your dirty.
And right now we have over 50 spokesmen in the NFL that speak out on our behalf and work with us. And Coach Tony Dungy is our head coach there. And today we're going to talk about the expansion, as I said, starting with the University of Georgia in the SEC. Our mission really at All Pro Dad is very simple. It's to turn men into All Pro Dads. And we do that in three specific ways. First, to spend 1 minute a day, 1 hour a month, and 1 day a year. A minute a day reading our daily email, the All Pro Dad Play of the Day, the most read fatherhood email in the world. And then secondly, spend an hour a month attending an All Pro Dad's Day. An All Pro Dad's Day, very simply, is a once a month, 1 hour breakfast held in public schools where dads and kids gather with one another. They spend time together, eat together, and learn important life lessons on topics like peer pressure, caring for the less fortunate, goal setting, and things like that. We now have, as you can see from the easel, we now have over 1,200 of these All Pro Dad's Days in public schools and other venues, and we look forward to expanding that even more with the assistance of the National PTA, who we're partnering with. And then not only a minute a day, an hour a month, but we also challenge men to spend 1 day a year attending what we call an All Pro Dad Father and Kids Experience. And this event is a 3-hour event held historically at an NFL stadium. We've worked with over 17 NFL teams, and we'll be having that same 3-hour event. It's an interactive event for dads and kids right here at University of Georgia at a date that will soon be announced.
Pro Dad operation, how it works, what it's all about, really kind of started in 1997. I was head coach at Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers. One of my assistant coaches, Clyde Christensen, and I used to walk a lot after practice, and we talk about different things. We talk about what went on at practice, but more than anything, we talked about our families as we take these walks around the facility or around training camp. And we talk about the fact that we weren't spending enough time with our kids, as much time as our parents did, and how we could do a better job of that. And we kind of found out that it was a universal problem, universal situation. Shortly after that, Clyde met Mark Merrill, and Mark got with us and said, how can we put together Family First and what you're doing there with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and how can we strengthen families? We decided to have an event at our training camp practice, and we called it a Dad's Invite Your Kids to Practice Day, and just have fun and bring your family out and watch the Buccaneers practice. At that time, we weren't very good. We were averaging about 50 people a day at our practices in training camp. We had this idea, we kind of advertised it, encouraged dads to bring their kids out and watch us. We were expecting about 250, 300 people. We had almost 4,000 people at camp that day, and we said, you know, there's something about football that men like, and if we can take this energy, this football fan energy, and channel it into being a better dad, we might have something going. And that's kind of how All Pro Dads got created.
I could tell you that I am thrilled about this day. And it's not because it's the second day of spring ball. It's because of what's happening here today. Coach Dungy being here and All Pro Dad being here. Mark, thank you so much for helping facilitate this. We're dead serious about helping our players, helping our student athletes grow into wonderful husbands, wonderful fathers, just tremendous citizens in our community, and we're constantly planting seeds in these young men's lives. I mean, we spend our staff. I can't tell how many hours we spend a week thinking of ways to enrich the lives of our players and help them grow in these ways. And even the staff that we put together here, you know, these men are married, they have children. We make sure our staff meetings are late enough where they take their kids to school. I take my kids to school every day. We have family nights. Why do we have a family night? We have a family night so our players can see our coaches in another light besides, you know, getting on them about this or that or whatever on the football field or encouraging them to play football. You know, I want them to see their coach as a husband. I want to see their coach as a father. You know, if something comes up and our coaches need to be with their kids at a certain event, they go. You know, and so this idea of all-pro dad coming to Georgia is it's a natural. I'm thrilled that they've chosen Georgia. I mean, it's an honor.
Do you plan to get any of your old players from the Colts into this program?
We've got a lot of guys. We've had a number of players in the NFL be involved, and that part is going pretty well. But we had never really reached into the college ranks, so this is one way to do it. Get some college coaches involved, and also now get some young players to be able to talk to the University of Georgia players. So at some point, whether they make the NFL or not, they would want to become involved in it.
I see your dad.